Did we just start a band? So what rhymes with value?
I don't know, like, we're gonna sell you on that.
No, that's stupid.
We're gonna sell you on
Of you.
steak and lobster. Thank you, Delilah, for the sponsored technical issues here. We got 21 seconds of the beginning of this recording, and then it kind of killed it. Whew, that was a critical second there.
Yeah.
We were both, it got past 21 seconds.
So I asked Ben to come up with a couple of questions.
Yep.
That kind of like the questions that you see like when you first start dating somebody. You know, the first like month where you're dating somebody and you're asking like
Yeah.
off the wall like what are not even off the
We're
wall.
both
just
straight,
like,
though.
Yeah. Right, but they've only been with us for like an episode.
True. Okay. So go ahead.
Go. You were talking. I try not to interrupt. I'm not
So we have some questions that he suggested that we both create two questions for each other during our show today, and so he had a question.
First question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Is
Yeah,
when was the last time that you cried?
like hardcore, like
Not
teary
like
face, not like
brim, like oh that was sweet, or just
not
like
like
full on when you let it go
Like-
and you let it just
you can't breathe type of like.
the one where it's like a cathartic feeling afterwards, and it just feels.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to be a good or a bad cry. Just when's the last time you had a whole cry?
Okay. I think. So like TV shows don't count. Like crying at the end of TV shows, like it's like a one tear. And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
I could tell you the last time I full cried
yeah.
was at a McDonald's commercial.
Oh my god.
And it's true. So this whole guy.
This is earlier today.
No, it's 2 days ago.
Okay.
And,
All right.
well, actually, this isn't even the last time I cried. But 2 days ago, I watched this McDonald's commercial, and this old man in the drive-thru bought a bunch of donut sticks, and the lady goes, "Are these all for you?" And he goes, "No, they're for the guy and the guy behind me."
Oh,
and there's
yes.
like 4 teenage girls driving this dad crazy.
Yeah.
And for some stupid reason, my wife starts crying, so it made me cry. She's pregnant, so it's fair that she cried at that.
Yeah. It's not fair for you.
You know, the last time I cried, but then I cried last night. I was watching YouTube videos about baseball highlights.
Oh yeah.
And,
why'd you cry at that?
Good, because it was a Royals first pitch from a Royals game.
Okay. Oh,
And this
okay.
boy, he's like 10, got to throw out the first pitch.
Okay.
He throws the first pitch, and the catcher gets it.
What's wrong with him?
And nothing's wrong with the boy.
Okay.
You're thinking
No
like,
kid that's
to
healthy
make a
gets
wish
to-
or anything. Right. No healthy kid gets to.
Yeah. Like I
Right.
get
Until
nothing.
the catcher reveals that it's his dad who's been in Afghanistan for a year. Right.
Oh,
and so,
all right.
yeah, Soldier Coming Home video, classic.
That's cool.
Yeah, it got
Yeah.
me really good.
Back to my question. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's a
so-
question proposed for me. Okay.
Yeah.
So I had some time to think about it. So it's from a movie. The movie is called Arrival.
Arrival.
So, quick story. It's aliens descending on Earth, and a lot of different nations have different policies on how to deal with how to interact with the aliens. And so there's different pods all over the world. And to the moment when the main actress, I can't remember her name anymore, when she like achieves world peace. So like the Chinese president thanks her, and then it's just like tears. It was ugly crying to her. Like, it was to the point where and my wife was next to me, and
Was
then
she crying?
my mom was next to her.
Did your wife cry?
No. But I'm sitting like this. Like trying to breathe, and I'm like,
So we finally achieved world peace, and that's it for you.
yeah.
That got you.
It's like a happy cry, which is a
Yeah,
good thing. It's
those
good.
are the best.
It was, and then after it, I was like, the moment when the president said thank you, I was thinking, that's the whole story. That's the whole point of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Is to communicate how the nations need to talk to each other.
Yeah,
and if they don't, it's gonna be bad news.
Yeah, how we can work together.
Yeah.
And not against each other.
Yeah, it was.
Is that the movie that Donald Trump watched in order to place all the tariffs on China?
He's only watched movies, so probably.
Probably.
He's watched.
I mean, all of
movies.
his policies are based on fictional movies, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube video about that too.
Yeah, Armageddon, probably.
So something.
I don't know. That's my political movie.
he saw Armageddon, and then he
Willis.
developed the space
Space Force.
Space Force. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's where that policy came from. So, did you come up with a question for me?
Yeah, it was... Okay, so I don't know if you are a sleepwalker or talker.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
But I know I have some stories, but I want to hear yours. If you don't sleepwalk, then tell me a story about somebody that you know or your wife or something.
Well, it's not just sleepwalking. So I do this thing where this has happened like 4 times in my life.
Okay.
So the first time it happened, I was single, and I was living in an apartment by myself, and I took a nap one afternoon, and I in my nap, I made manicotti. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, it's the wrapped with cheese in the middle. And,
Yeah, it's an Italian dish, manicotti, and my mom used to make it as a kid, and I had it like 5 times my whole life. So why I had a dream about making manicotti, I don't know. So I woke up from my nap, and I went to the store, bought everything I needed, came home, and I made manicotti. So I taught myself how to do it in my dream.
And you know how.
I know, yeah, absolutely.
How do you teach yourself that, though?
I just watched my dream, and I figured it
You
out.
just put cheese in a pasta, right?
Well, yeah, you got to boil the pasta first, get the pasta done, right?
Yeah,
And then
that's
after
how
that,
pasta
then you
works.
make the cheese mixture.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just ricotta. It's
Cream
like,
cheese
like
and- I don't know.
cream cheese.
I have no idea.
It's not that. Yeah, you mix all the stuff in, and then you stuff the shells, and then you got your red sauce. You can do a
Yeah.
meat sauce or a
I
red
love
sauce.
meat sauce so much better than regular.
Way better than
Non-meat
regular
sauce, yeah.
marinara.
I like meat in my sauce.
I have trouble with the word marinara.
Why?
I want a I put a U in the beginning, like
Marinara?
and it just makes you sound like a hick.
That's not the only thing.
There's like 3 things that make me sound like a hick. That's just one of them.
The beard is one of them.
That doesn't make me sound like a hick. It just makes me look like one.
When the sound waves leave your mouth, they interact with the beard. They
In such a way.
penetrate.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Where'd you get your accent from? My beard.
My beard.
So
Sorry, I got some marinara in it.
I used to work in radio, and I worked for a show in Salt Lake City, Utah, and
Okay.
that was
I didn't know that.
right in the height of American Idol was really big at the time.
Okay.
And there was a kid from the Salt Lake area named David Archuleta.
I've heard of his name.
Yeah,
That's it, though.
he was on American Idol. He was one of the final 4 contestants or whatever.
Okay.
And they were doing home visits, and I was
That's
in charge
Bachelor.
of getting. No, they did it on American Idol too for the final 4 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in charge of getting David Archuleta on my show. And for a week, I called every phone number ever, and I never got him on the show.
Okay.
Took an afternoon nap, and I thought, this is what happened. I had a dream.
Take a nap and then point to their head.
Yeah,
No one says that.
I took a nap, and I had during the nap, I had a dream that I talked to the local Fox affiliates PR guy
In your dream?
in my dream.
Okay.
And that was one of the people in the last week that I had not talked to. So
Okay.
I woke up from my dream. I looked up the number, called him up,
Yeah.
and he said, "Oh, I've been waiting to talk to you guys. We'll have him on tomorrow morning." Just out of clear blue,
Really?
had a dream, and it produced for me. So those are 2. Like I didn't sleepwalk. I'm not a sleepwalker,
Wow.
but I teach myself stuff in my
Okay.
dreams.
That's a skill.
Yeah,
Because your brain is still working.
Somehow still
That's
working.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I don't know if those are productive naps, but they're productive. I just don't know.
Because of the future, they're gonna.
Yeah. I don't know.
In the dream, they're not productive, but then later on, once you get a celebrity on your show or make manicotti,
Right.
yeah,
I
That's
now
the-
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've never made manicotti.
Have you? Do you sleepwalk or?
Yeah, I do.
You do.
I do, yeah.
Like get out of bed and go
Yeah.
do stuff. Sleepwalk.
Yeah.
Like what's the last thing that you've done
I
sleepwalking?
chanted.
You
I had my arms moving like this, and my wife said it was not English.
Okay.
It was some language, probably some native tribal language.
Can we say it's tongues?
Don't say that. Yeah.
Well, because of the
Sure,
religious
because-
connotations to it.
No, because my wife in bed.
No, when you speak in tongues, not
I was speaking in tongues for sure.
you weren't like using
It was-
your tongue.
Why did you have to say?
Because now you have to edit that.
Damn it!
She'll hear you say that. She'll hear me say that.
What if this was a live
about
stream?
you. How funny would that
That'd
be?
be awesome.
There's like the three people in the world that are actually watching
My
this.
wife is one of them. She has things better to do.
Hey, yeah, she has 2 children.
That's right. Okay, so real quick, we'll get back to that. No, my story. Okay, so I was chanting. It was I was in the middle of the night. I don't know, and I was chanting, and my arms were moving, and I would sit up, and I would like sit proper, and then my arms would be moving, and then I don't know what my wife never said. She never said that she understood what I said, but I woke up later on, and she was like this, like holding me down, with like holding my arms down, and I was like, "What are you doing? Why do I?"
Right.
Because I don't remember anything, so I was thinking, "What happened?" And she was like, "You were just chanting," and I was like, "No, whatever. I wasn't chanting." She's like, "It was scary, like it frightened her."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She needs to take video of you next
Yeah.
time.
Another real quick story, and then I'll get you.
Yeah,
get to
please.
I'll get to your questions for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a neighbor's house or something. We were visiting family or something. I don't know. And you know the one of those pull-out beds that you have the couch or whatever.
Yeah.
And so me and my brother, we had no other beds in the house, so we had to sleep on that together. And
How old were you when you slept with your brother?
I was a teenager.
Okay.
High school. And so middle of the night, I was just it was quiet, dead quiet, right? Middle of the night. Thank you!
This is as loud as you could.
Yeah, it was very loud.
And clear.
Yeah.
Like
it was
you enunciated.
clear, yeah. Very loud. And he knew, and he was like, he woke up and was like, I don't know what he did. But then he told me the next morning, and when he imitated what I sounded like, it was just the best thing. 'Cause I love hearing the stories of how I am when I'm asleep.
Sure.
Yeah, there was one time I tried to shower. I tried to hop in the shower.
Oh wow.
And if my neighbor didn't wake me up then, because my neighbor, we went on a trip together and we had a house,
Oh okay.
like a condo together for that
Yeah.
for that trip. If my neighbor hadn't woke me up, I would have woken up in the shower and I would have been like, what the hell is
Yeah.
happening?
That'd have been real.
And
scary.
I would have freaked out and fell over and broke something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, those are my fun stories.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now go to
You're
bed.
Shut up. That's my brother.